Hello, my name is Tanner Planis, and I've sold over $2 million worth of digital products online. I had terrible grades in high school, I cheated my way to graduation, and didn't go to college. So after I finished high school, I ended up becoming addicted to smoking weed, binge eater, and extremely unhealthy. But now, just a few short years later, I am living on the beautiful island of Puerto Rico and doing the things that I've always dreamed of. I get to post on social media from my phone and my laptop and make great amounts of money because of it while also being in the best shape I've ever been mentally and physically. I bought my mom her dream car for Christmas last year, and then a few months ago, I bought a dream car of mine. I employ 3 people full time, and more importantly, what I do is actually fulfilling because the things that I create and the things my businesses sell actually help people. And this is what I want to help you do as well because the more people that you help, the more you will be helped and the more you will be blessed along your journey. This video right now is going to be the most valuable piece of content you could get on this topic right now for free. Normally people would sell this in a $9.97 course or in a low-level coaching program, but I want to give it to you for free here right now. And all I ask is that if you actually like it, just let me know by leaving a comment or like on this video. So now let's hop on my computer and get started. So here's the deal. This is going to be broken down into 3 different parts: the MI strategy, the content, and then the offer itself. Because I know that some of you have been working extremely hard on Instagram. You're putting in the work to sell your digital product, but you're still stuck under that 10K a month mark, wondering why aren't things scaling? Now, trust me, I've been there, so have a ton of people that I've actually helped, and that is where the MI strategy comes in. MI stands for meaningful interactions, and these are things that drive actual results, not only for your customers, but sales for your business. And the reason I wanted to make this is not because of how impactful it actually is as the only reason, but because a couple of weeks ago, I received a DM on Instagram from a young woman. She had over 100,000 followers on Instagram, and she was getting great engagement on her post, reaching a large audience, but her sales weren't matching up, and that's what she wanted to fix. And when I looked at her page and her everything she was doing, I knew how to solve this problem immediately, and that's what I did. Not that long after, she posted this in the Discord: just testing a new strategy Tanner showed me to increase my sales, and these are the results in less than 24 hours. Samantha did over $534 in sales in less than 24 hours. Amazing. And I'm going to show you exactly what we did. Because the problem here is that most creators on Instagram, they'll create a product, and a lot of times it's a good product, but then they just put a link in their bio and just kind of hope for sales. They're posting content, hopefully people will buy it. Or they'll DM people with a simple, hey, here's my product, and wait for the money to roll in. But it just doesn't work like that. The issue really lies in not creating meaningful interactions that lead to conversions. So just providing a link isn't enough. Like, the sale is in the conversation, hence the name social media. It's not anti-social media or selling media, social media. So this is what I'm going to call the booth strategy, where you just have a product, you put the link in your bio or DM people the link and all the information and hope people buy it. And then, you're wondering, why am I not making sales? But what if instead of just hoping for sales, you started genuine conversations? That is the core of this MI strategy: meaningful interactions. And personally, I've done this tens of thousands of times, so I feel like I'm qualified enough to be able to talk about this here. So instead of just sending links, you engage with your audience. And here is exactly how it works. I'm going to walk you through it. This is something that people would normally pay me for. Samantha paid me for this, but I want to give you this free value and I want you to actually use it. So here is the strategy. The very first step starts with call to actions. If nobody knows that you have an offer, then nobody's going to be able to buy your offer. So the very first step is doing things maybe that you're already doing: posting a story with the reply call to action, or you're posting a reel with a comment call to action, and just getting your audience to engage. So what you're doing here is you're using stories and reels to prompt responses or comments. So for example, if I made a reel sharing a demo of a tool that I use, and I ask viewers to comment the word link for you to send them, or for me to send them the URL, then that is what I would be doing in this point. Most people will understand this concept. It's what happens after that many people get wrong. And that gets into step number 2. This is where people in the booth strategy will usually just DM someone a long paragraph about their product and a link and just hope that they buy it. But it doesn't work that way. So the way that I do this is when someone replies or comments, then what I'll do is instead of just dropping a link, I'll instead send a message that opens a conversation. For example, yo, Tanner, what's up? How are you? I just saw your comment. This way, you're starting a genuine interaction and opening up the possibility for a meaningful interaction. Now, what happens next? You use the DDM script to conversate and convert. Now, I'm going to show you an example script here, but this is where you really dig deep. You ask them about their struggles, their goals, and what they're looking for. And really what you're doing here is not only having a meaningful interaction, but you're studying your potential customer and building trust. Because not everybody is meant to be your customer. Not everybody's going to be the perfect fit. Not everybody is qualified. But that's the point of this here. You are avoiding just going straight to the sale and instead having a genuine conversation that more times than not will lead to a sale and a very happy customer. So now what I want to do is take a look at an actual example script. This is the actual script that I gave to Samantha to start building off of, and the one that helped her do over $534 in sales in less than 24 hours through her DMs just by using this strategy. So you know how in step 2 I said send a response generating message. So I tailored this in a way that would probably work for her niche because it's mostly females in a fitness related niche. So this is an example of a first message that opens up the possibility for a conversation. Instead of just saying, when someone comments on my post, DMing them and saying, hey, here's my product, this is how it works, here's all the details, and here's the link if you want to buy it right now. A lot of people aren't going to respond to that. But when you start with something like this, okay, now this is actually real. This is an actual conversation. And that's literally the whole point of this. So this starts off and someone will respond something along the lines of, oh, I'm good, thank you. And then I would say here, is it okay if I ask you a couple questions just to see if this will help you? Basically asking for permission to qualify them in a way. And then they'll say, yes, of course. Okay, perfect. First, would you be okay sharing what you're struggling with the most right now? It doesn't have to be long. I'm just wondering, is it the way you look, the way you feel? Remember, this is related to the fitness niche, and each of these here would be separate messages. Yes, it's okay. I'm really just struggling with my weight. Got it. No problem. And just to be transparent, for all my successful client transformations, they have to join calls with me twice a week for about 30 minutes. Do you think that would be possible for you? Yes, of course. That sounds great. We're asking questions that basically allow for someone to not only learn more about what we're leading up to, but we're asking them things just to get on the same page and get them to say yes, of course, and just build this rapport and trust. Next, I could say, awesome. So I know you said you were struggling with your weight, but I was wondering if it's more of a number thing or a way you feel that makes it a struggle. Oh, I don't really care about my weight. I just want to look good and feel good. Absolutely, I agree. That's exactly how I've felt. And I don't see any reason why I couldn't help you get there too. So I just filmed a short video for you with all the details. Do you have a few minutes to watch it? Yes, of course. Okay, perfect. Here you go. And then I would send the video link and say another message. Just let me know after watching if you're in, out, or if you have any questions, okay? And then they may say, I just watched it. I'm in for 4 weeks. Amazing. I can't wait. Here's a link to get set up right now. And then you have the payment link. Now, maybe you're wondering, what is the video link? What do I put here? Now, in this case for Samantha, I wanted her to implement this as soon as possible. So instead of making a crazy, perfect video sales letter, I told her, hey, Samantha, look, what you're going to do is use Loom and just film a 2 to 4 minute long video going through your offer, the landing page, the transformation that your offer provides for this potential customer. And then at the end, just put a call to action. Say, message me back if you're in. Because someone who's going to be a customer and who's actually motivated to do this is going to absolutely take that couple minutes time to look at this video if they really want that outcome. And this video is also building more trust because it's not just a straight sales pitch. You're actually going through the information in a more personal way. And one little trick that you can use with Loom to make this even more personal is that if you make a Loom video, you can duplicate it without having to record a video every single time. So essentially, this way, what I can do is put the name as example here, challenge info for Samantha. And then I could duplicate that video. Let's say a person named Tanner messaged me and I want to send them the video here. I'll duplicate the video on Loom, then I'll change the name to challenge info for Tanner. And I don't have to refilm anything. I can just copy that link and include it here in this part of the script for the individual person that I'm sending it to. It just feels more personal and will also help you get more responses and people to actually watch this video. Now, by simply implementing a script like this and building off of it, you'll see a massive increase in response rate and conversions. But keep in mind here, we haven't even gotten into all the objections and things of that nature, because there are going to be questions that people ask, things that you will say outside of this script, but don't worry, like this is simply a template. Just remember the main thing here is always have a conversation. It's in the name, meaningful interactions. And if you want a copy of this doc, I'd be happy to send it to you, no strings attached. Just message me the word 107 on Instagram, and what I'll do is send you the doc link so that way you can make a copy and actually go through here and build off of it specific to your own niche. But before you do that, let's go ahead and continue here. Even if you have a small following of 1,000 followers, 500 followers, or 100 followers, this approach works because it's personal, it's value-driven, and focused on solving the customer's problem. Which leads me here now to the second part of this video, because you might be wondering, how do you get people to start those meaningful conversations with in the first place? And it all starts with your content. So I'm calling this the conversation starting content strategy, and here is how it works. And this is the same exact strategy I've used to start thousands of meaningful interactions for free through posting organic content on Instagram. And there are three main types of content to focus on for the MI strategy to actually work. The first type is offer content. So this is where you create posts that directly talk about your product and invite people to engage if they're interested. And there's three pieces to this that I'll go over now. The first one is curiosity. You can share a teaser of your offer, but you're not revealing everything. So for example, I could say, I recently helped a creator triple their sales using a simple DM strategy. Comment the word more if you're interested in learning how. This could be on an Instagram story or in the form of an Instagram reel. And the second piece of this is always having a call to action that requires interaction. This is what opens the door for a conversation to start, because when someone comments, you can know they're interested and then reach out to them. So that way you're not just messaging random people. These are people that are actively interested. And a more specific example here could be that if you're struggling to sell your digital product name, I've got something for you. I recently discovered a strategy that's been helping creators hit $10,000 a month. It's called the MI strategy, and it uses meaningful interactions to create more sales for your business. Comment the word interested and I will send you the details of how it's going to work. If the MI strategy is a big part of my offer, my product, and how I help my clients, then this could be an example of a very direct piece of content specifically relating to your offer. But to be honest with you, this is only a small piece of the types of content that you're going to be posting. So now let's get into the biggest one out of the three, which is free value content. These are posts that provide free value like tips, mini guides, case studies, and they encourage people to comment. So one thing that you can do is provide a quick win. So if you offer a valuable piece of advice or an insight that speaks directly to your audience's pain points, then you can give them a really, really good idea of your expertise, build trust, and get them interested in what you do. So for example, are you struggling to convert DMs into sales? Here's a quick script that works like magic. Step 1, this. Step 2, this. Step 3, this. And then at the end of that post, I would create engagement, which is where I would encourage the viewer by offering more value in exchange for a reply or comment. So for example, if you want a detailed breakdown of the strategy, DM me the word strategy and I'll send it over. And this type of content can be implemented both into stories and reels. Personally, I like to use my Instagram stories to share more behind the scenes stuff, daily life, and show that I'm actually a real person and what my core values are and just be me. While on the other hand, my reels are usually more purposed and made for a specific reason on a specific topic, and almost always use a call to action. When you're providing free value content, people will feel the need to reciprocate something if they actually received a piece of value from you. So in return, that could be them leaving a comment, like, share, or even following your page, or just naturally exploring who you are and what you do. It's a natural law that we have as humans. If we get a ton of value from someone, we want to give it back. If someone gives me a gift, I will probably feel inclined to do something back for them because they treated me well. Now, the third type of content type is outcome content. So this is more lifestyle focused posts that showcase the results of using your product, which attracts your ideal customers and encourages shares among like-minded people. Really what you're doing here is you're creating content that illustrates the results or lifestyle that comes with achieving success with your strategy and with your offer. So this could be your own results and things that you value showing throughout your content, or this could be showing the results and the lifestyle of people who have used your product and gotten results with it. And what I like to do a lot of is incorporate relatability, because obviously I didn't just end up here at this very moment right now. Every single thing I've done up until this point in my life has added up and amounted to this exact moment right here. So instead of me just showing an end result, I like to highlight things that have actually helped me get here. So there's struggles, there's wins, there's breakthroughs, there's sadness, there's fear, different things that I've encountered to help me get to this point right here. And there's a pro and a con with this type of content. The con is that if you go too broad and show something more materialistic and not as much something that you truly value on a core level, like if I just show a watch and it goes viral, that's going to attract a ton of different people from a ton of different ranges versus a more specific audience that I know is going to get the help of my specific content and my offer. But the pro is that you can encourage your viewers to share this content with friends who have similar aspirations. So if I make an outcome post and I tailor it specifically to digital products and let's say selling through your messages like this, then I could say tag a creator who wants to hit $10,000 a month in digital product sales, or send this to someone who wants to make over $10,000 a month with their digital products. Now it's going to be shared among the community of other people who are actively trying to sell their own digital products and working towards that goal. And that can create a massive ripple effect if it reaches the right audience. This has happened to me a handful of times, and it's a big blessing and part of this here. And there are 3 different types of content here, but you don't want to balance them evenly. I would say what's worked best for me is having 70% be free value content, 10% being offer content, and 20% being outcome content. So this keeps the focus on providing value while also showcasing the benefits of your strategy and what you do. And the magic realization here is that every single piece of content that you post creates the possibility of reaching the exact type of person who needs your solution. And that is the objective here, not to go the most viral, but instead to reach the right people. And with this style of posting, you build curiosity, you build trust, and you create touch points for meaningful interactions. And if you do this, it's not a matter of if it's going to work, it's a matter of when, because these are the things that lead to the result that you're looking for. And you will get results if you do this consistently. Now, part number 3 of the video. You've got the conversation started, your content is pulling in the right people, but here's the most important part, your offer. If your offer isn't structured to solve the specific problem the audience you're attracting has, you'll struggle to convert those conversations into sales. Now, I've sold over $504,901 just with meaningful interactions on Instagram with one awesome offer. And you can use this strategy for products that are under $100, although it makes more sense to do it at higher price points, such as $197, $497, $797, and $997. Now, maybe some of you are saying, Tanner, how can I charge that much for my product? And the very first thing to keep in mind is the mindset shift, because you are not selling the product itself. You are selling the outcome, the transformation that your product creates in whatever pain point niche that it is. So the key here is to sell the result that the product helps them achieve, not the product itself. Your ideal customer doesn't wake up wanting to buy a video course, an ebook, a PDF. They wake up wanting a solution to their problem. For example, if my product that I'm selling is this doc right here that we're looking at now, I wouldn't just market it as an ebook PDF. Instead, I would position it as a strategy to hit over 10K a month by growing and monetizing an engaged Instagram following. And this is how you create an awesome offer. The very first step is to identify the ideal outcome. So think about the best possible result that your customer wants. Is it financial freedom? Is it more time, better health? This is what you should lead with. Now, step number 2, how do you tie this outcome to your product? You need to explain how your product leads directly to this outcome. For instance, my digital dropshipping challenge is designed to take you from overwhelmed creator to someone confidently making over $10,000 a month by selling digital products on Instagram through DMs. And in step number 3, I'll add bonuses that support that outcome. So this is where you can include additional resources that help the customer achieve their desired result. For example, if I'm selling an Instagram growth strategy, I could add bonuses like DM script templates and content calendar guides. These are tools that make it easier for my customers to reach their end goal. And these are all elements that end up creating an awesome offer that converts through meaningful interactions. When you price your product at $100 or more, you're framing it as an investment in the result that your customer wants. You're not just selling a course or an ebook, you're selling a transformation. And when your offer is outcome focused, charging $197, $497, or even $997 becomes justifiable. If you promise a massive transformation for just $27, people will be able to see right through it and think that the offer is either fake or that there's a catch. Additionally, when you sell at a higher price point, you're getting a higher commitment from your buyers, which leads to better success stories and testimonials that can be used in future content. This is the best possible outcome from a customer buying your digital product. So let's say they buy your product, then they use your product, then they love your product, then they get the desired outcome, the result from your product. Then they share the results with your product. They tell people about your product. That means you will then receive more trust as a teacher, an educator, a creator. You'll receive new followers, new engagement, and then this cycle just repeats. You've created an awesome offer, you're attracting your ideal audience, and this is a cycle that continues. All you have to do is build the momentum. So now it is time for you to put this into action. I want you to start by reviewing your current offer and crafting your first value post using the information we've gone over in this video. And just keep in mind, remember, your journey to 10K or even 20K months starts with those meaningful conversations. If you want more in-depth guidance, check out my challenge linked in the description. It'll give you everything you need to level up your sales on Instagram, and I'll even personally write your own script after you join and have your onboarding call. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a big like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.